So, how's the last month been for you since we
What
last
day
spoke?
is it? Like literally, I have no idea at the moment. It's been crazy, isn't it? Like, who would have thought we would have put this out like we have? We put a lot of energy into this collectively,
Yeah.
which is amazing. I just can't believe like, how two sides of a coin, almost the same coin, feel so sad, like deeply saddened by um, how the system is completely working against a lot of young people that we're working with in many ways. And although we're getting breakthroughs, which is great, but at the same time, just optimistic as hell
Yeah.
because the organisations that are approaching us are looking at us and saying, finally, someone who's come in that's not looking to tick boxes, that's not looking to work directly with the system, that are working directly for the main focus, which is that young person. So yes, I think the last month's been all right. It's been quite exciting. Obviously, we've got new team members. Bringing Sarah Brand back as program manager is really exciting. Yeah, I'm really excited about everything. It's fantastic. How have you found the last month? Because you're closer to working directly with those young people. How have you found that? And you personally as well. Like, how have you settled into this madness that you've joined? Any regrets?
No, I don't regret anything. For me, I've obviously seen young people we work with like blossom, but I think it's different stages for them because they're at different stages of life. But with some individuals, definitely we're really seeing that momentum effect because of the effort they're putting into the program, and it's not just from their business standpoint; it's from a personal standpoint. Like, I won't name names, but like there's just one individual in particular whose confidence is just going leaps and bounds.
Gives me goosebumps thinking about them.
Considering how they felt about themselves and the world around them when they started the program. So that for me is a massive bonus for the work I do.
Yeah. That I remember a session, a group session that person was part of, and we were talking about self-belief, and you ran a really cool session, part of that session around. So I love to get stuck in as well, you know. I love it. I think it's great, and same vice versa. I know you love to get stuck in the entrepreneurship stuff.
Yeah.
And you ran a piece around what can't and can. And I was going through. I was quite emotional
Mate,
going
yeah,
through that.
I just get emotional thinking about it because of like what a individual has to take from the outside world about who they want to be, and they know that they don't want to change that, but it's having and the courage that they've shown in order to go out to the world and go, this is who I am. But then also now they've got that we have ignited the belief in them to just go smash it. So
Activated.
yeah. So hopefully by the next time we speak again, it's just going to be another level.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be long before we'll have a couple of them sat here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For a conversation about that journey. I want to make sure that they're, like, you're right to protect them in that way.
Yeah.
And that's, absolutely. I just want to celebrate them because I'm so proud of them.
Yeah.
And what about the second part of that? How about you personally? How are you adapting to this mad world of startup life? And
I find that I have to kind of come in and out with you, but I do love it. I think obviously we've got some more events coming up, and it's going to be a madness.
It was nice to stop for a little bit because we had a lot going on, didn't we? For the summer, like before the summer.
Yeah.
It was
there's 1
week.
month as a joke. But yeah, like obviously we might as well actually get a pod. We could just do a pod on just stories, which I think would be pretty jokes. But
God, that's definitely for another one, yeah.
But yeah, no, I almost feel like obviously I'm setting up my own side hustles and stuff at the same time, which I think has definitely been influenced by being in this environment.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get that middle ground where it's like bit of this, bit of that. Almost the calm in the chaos, which is a positive chaos at that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my question back to you then, what you said at the start about you're getting all this interest. What do you think is causing that influx of interest so suddenly?
I think when you talk about education, it really hits people because, I think, and it won't be the first and definitely won't be the last. When I allude to Sir Ken Robinson, he talks about this as a subject. when you talk to people about their education, so what's your relationship with education? Like it activates them, and I can only describe it as an activation.
Yeah.
So it's been great because Sally's been out in the field having great conversations. I've been kind of building in public as well, connecting with existing networks, and the conversation when we sit down with them, and we just go, and I just go, blah. Yeah. This is everything that's going on. A bit like you were with me today. That's the same conversation I'm having every day, ongoing, through DMs, through emails, through conversations, through meetings.
Yeah.
And and I love their reaction, and I'm watching the human reaction. I'm not interested in yes, they're going to benefit. The businesses are going to benefit. They're coming to us originally because they have a problem. Their problem is they, as an organization, have been relying on other people and other systems to provide them talent. Well, suddenly, I've been ranting about this stat for a while. There's double the people turning 65 this year as there are 20. Double. That's crazy, right? So there's a lot of people exiting and not that many coming in. And the ones that are coming in are very different to the ones going out.
Yeah.
So the cultures are changing. I see global organizations that are dropping the requirement to have a degree to go into their thing and then expecting it to be fine. Well, no, because you have to engage with young people that are not in academic education or not used to that way of life or that way of conversation, and may have built up a barrier between the system and themselves.
Yeah.
And they're looking for alternatives, and they're finding us, which is wonderful. So at the moment, we've kind of fast-tracked things, actually. Originally, to the original plan, and I don't mind sharing, the original plan was I wanted to help 100 people onto our Ignite program in the first year. And we wanted to have 1,000 young people in our Discord community within the first year. I think what's inevitable now with the level of traction we've got and the growth, I think we'll be looking more likely at a program of works, and that's where Sarah comes in. She comes into the fold, and I'll get her to come and share as she's settled in some more of that and in these updates, because I want to keep doing these updates, where we can look at a program of work and say, right, okay, cool. Just been with a great company today. They do 6 million revenue a year ish, so decent size. They're looking for 2 to 4 young people. They can't get them from schools. They've tried. They put a lot of energy into it. They're happy to pay. They're happy to get someone take my money. I want to help. I want to get some young talent in. I want raw talent that I can nurture. And the bit that they can give them skills, they can give them income, they can give them safety, they can give them opportunities. But what they then say, so their response, which is interesting, is I need them to have the right mindset. I need them to want it. I need them to have that hunger. That's what they're saying back. And I'm like, okay, great. Because what we do is we use entrepreneurship, and that's why entrepreneurship is such a great subject to teach, is that they come to you with that hunger because of the coaching, because of the mentoring we receive, and because of the process we take them. So, so now where we are in terms of what we're looking at is looking at a program of works that incorporates events like Next Step, and we'll come on to that in a second, awards, outreach, activities, lots of format of events over a year that say we're going to go and inspire 10,000 young people through various different activities and formats, in school, out school, in sport, in social housing, wherever will take us. And from there, that will filter down into 100 people onto the Ignite program. And actually, the benefit to these businesses that are getting attracted to us is that work placements, talent. Yeah. We've become a talent scout into them, which I think is so much fun.
Yeah. I think because obviously because there's such a human level to the program, like right now, the young people we work with, I'm beginning to know that another percent each day goes by. So then when we do have conversations like we did today in that amazing environment, I can go, right, that person's brilliant for
right?
And we can just link it.
You almost connect him before you leave. Yeah. And before we move on to Next Step and talk about the event that we got on this weekend, I just want to share a story about a young man who I was with last night. I won't mention names. I've seen him in our community locally since he was about 13. Hard-working lad, really disruptive, always hanging around with the wrong crowds, unfortunately. I think you relate to that. I relate to that. That's, sometimes that happens in life. You get attracted to people that are cool and fun, and that doesn't always mean good and well intended.
Yeah.
But hardworking. Always seen him busting his gut, sweeping the floors, doing gardening on construction sites. Well, he went off to the army for a little while. I was really proud of him when he went. I've only known him as afar. There's nothing to do with me. Absolutely nothing to do with me. But I like to stay in touch. If I see a young person, I want them to do well. He left the army. He had an injury. Had to come out of the army. Since he's found himself homeless. In a situation where he's now homeless. I saw him yesterday. He looks a shadow of himself. So sad. So sad. But he's hungry. He's determined. He's got nothing. He's hit bottom. He's hit absolute rock bottom. And having been in that circumstance, pretty much exactly where he is now, kicked out of his home, even if it's temporarily, he might end up back home. Great. If he shows different, traction, he might do. Not that he wants to go back. He wants to go. That's it. That's me now. That's his moment to go. No, Alex, I need this. I've been offering him a place on the Ignite program for a year, and he's come to me now. I never chased it. He's come to me now with his notes on his phone. I want to do this. 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 I love that, and I'm really excited to see that hunger come through. I think he'll be an absolute shining light through our program, and that leads on to the Next Step event. So I've invited him to come and pitch at the Next Step event. So the event that we wanted to put on, the idea behind this event, we wanted to do something for those getting their results. So those getting their GCSE results or the A-level results. I'm not going to go into statistics. It's not looking pretty for a lot of people. And even if it is, even if you've got A stars and Bs and Cs, or 1s and 2s and 5s, or whatever the hell the metric system now looks like, doesn't mean anything. Or, what advice are you getting for your career, professionally, within your life? So we said, well, I'll tell you what, let's put together a collaboration, an event called Next Step. And at Next Step, we'll have a blend of entrepreneurs. So we've got myself, Simon Squibb from the Purposeful Project, Paul Oglesby from Riverlight, who's also an angel investor. And young people can come and pitch their ideas, 2 minutes max, and they'll be rewarded for that creativity and bravery for doing so. So it's not about having the new Uber of ice cream ideas. Yeah. This is about showing up, and entrepreneurship's about taking risks. And by showing up and bringing that level of energy to us, here's some financial cash to get you going, but also here's some advice, here's some support, and you'll be there that we can then instruct people, say, hey, look, actually, if you want to take that further, we've got the Ignite program, go check it out. We'll also have Form the Future on site, so a key partner in our network that specialise in careers advice. So Alison and David will be on hand. David will be working with you to kind of prepare people from a coaching point of view to get them ready for talking to us. And then Alison's there to take people off for one-to-ones, for careers guidance, advice for those that are looking for a job. And then we'll have BIPC, who are also there to look at more around like legal aspects of business, so can offer some free advice around trademarks, patents, sort of thing, and loads of supporting people that just want to be there to support. I think this is a message that we want to put out, that as a we talk about this a lot. It's not up to the education system. It's not up to industry. It's not up to economy. It's a community issue. We as a community owe it to the next generation to come together at events like this and say, we're here for you. We might not have all the answers, but we're here for you. And turn up. And if you lean towards entrepreneurship, go there. If you want to just have some general career advice, go there. If you want to just have a chat with some other young people that are like you, that may have already found their thing or also lost, then we're here for you, which I'm really excited about. So first pilot event. I see it as a long term. I think it's going to be a big part of our programs. Yeah, sure. But it should be good. It should be good fun.
Looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, look, Sam, this is great. I think we should do more of these little updates. Sure. So let's commit to doing another one next week after that event. Let's review it, and we'll put these out on in between the episodes. So if you're listening to this and you're enjoying these updates, be sure to follow along on our Instagram page as the main place, on Curious Entrepreneur's main place, to kind of keep up to track on what we're doing, bits of content that are coming out of that, and what will follow this episode on Spotify and YouTube. is interview with John O'Brien, who's the founder of Anthropy. Phenomenal interview, by the way. I was so happy that I had the chance to do that. I've been waiting to do it for a while. Golden nuggets all day. Curiosity, entrepreneurship, collaboration, industry, economy. Guy's brain is, insane. I'm really excited about that, and many other guests that we're both looking forward to getting on the sofa in our new setup, which we're really excited about, to continue this conversation about what sparks people's curiosity when it comes to entrepreneurship.
So make sure you subscribe to our Curious Entrepreneur podcast so you can get more updates like this in the future. So stay tuned, and I'll look forward to speaking with you soon. Bye.
Legends. Nice. Love that. How do we get? How many minutes?
Probably like
15. That's not bad. That's all right, isn't it?